somebody raising hell, somebody yelling net code when they get sent to sell. Tire wear low and the cautions fly fast. Repair gone by lap 25. Crew chief yelling save your right front tire while we're three wide racing through the fire. From pit road fights to photo finish wins. Every Sunday night we do it all again. Different states but the same damn flame. Checkered flag motorsports built this name. It's Checkered flag motorsports under neon sky. Super Speedway Sundays where the fast boys fly. Daytona drafting in a 10-car train. Talladega bumping that 200 MPH insane. Friday night street stocks beating and banging steel. Our racing warriors living for the field. And David O keeps this whole thing alive like an outlaw preacher for the Friday night drive. Yeah, like an outlaw preacher for the Friday night drive. The Echo Park lights in the lobby fills up. Got the Discord cracking while we line them up. Somebody missed text, somebody blew a gear. Somebody says, boys, we're racing clean this year. Black boxes glowing, fuel numbers running low. Spotty calling outside while the cautions grow. Wheel to wheel through the tri-oval lights, trying to survive one more green-white checkered night. Cold beer sweating while the pace truck rolls. Every driver here got racing in their soul. When life gets rough and the weekdays drag, we come alive under the checkered flag. It's Checkered flag motorsports under neon sky. Super Speedway Sundays where the fast boys fly. Daytona drafting in a 10-car train. Talladega bumping that 200 MPH insane. Friday night street stocks beating and banging steel. Our racing warriors living for the field. And David O keeps this whole thing alive like an outlaw preacher for the Friday night drive. We got drivers from the mountains, drivers from the coast. But when the green flag waves, where brothers moan. Through the cautions and the chaos, through the wreckers and the scars, we build a family out of race cars. Yes, Checkered flag motorsports till the day we die. Discord, laughter, and Super Speedway night. Street stock warriors underneath the lights.
Shopping for a new Chevy? Chevyland stands apart from the competition. Explore over 12 acres and more than 260 vehicles with truckloads of savings, like $10,000 off select new 2026 Silverado 1500s, 1.9% financing on Blazer and Silverado, plus the Chevyland Advantage, 12 months complimentary maintenance. That's peace of mind, only at Chevyland. And that's why we're #1 in North Louisiana. Come see the difference for yourself at Chevyland, your Silverado headquarters.
here tonight, folks, round number 2 of the Checkered Flag of Motorsports Speedway Monkeys Season 5 here at Atlanta, Echo Park Speedway, Atlanta Motor Speedway, however you want to look at it. However, tonight is a very special night. Tonight, not only is it round number 2, but it is also honoring the late Greg Biffle and Kyle Rowdy Bush. Of course, we know Biffle and his family was killed in that plane crash, and Kyle was just recently passed away here about 2 weeks ago. So tonight is Be Like Biff Racing for Rowdy 150. Tonight sponsored by Todd Poston, who I am not seeing in here at the moment, but a big shout out to Todd Poston for sponsoring tonight's race. Of course, presented to you all by MaxspeedTV. We've got the pre-race analytics up here tonight, all ready for you all out there in YouTube land. We got an air temp of 76 and a very warm track temp of 99, so it is definitely going to be hot and slick out there here this evening. 100 laps on tap here this evening, 150 miles, 50% fuel. I've got it 15 to 20 laps, but it might be a little bit more than that. We'll know more if we can get a green flag stop. But right now, we'll shoot for 15 to 20 laps on fuel. Pit road here at Atlanta is 45 miles an hour with a pace speed of 50. So not very quick on pit road or on track under pacing. And let's hope we don't see a lot of that pace car here tonight. Here at Atlanta, we got a pretty good turnout in the race here too. Brian Ashball right now is the quickest here in practice, with Joshua Westendorf in second and Paul Servant rounding out the top 3. About 30 drivers right now in the lobby here at Atlanta. We got, some people in chat here as well. Brendan, Steven, Belva, and my brother, who actually just woke up just a little while ago. He's been sleeping all day. So, but he's in chat here. I'm here, Belva. I'm here. I know last night, I know it kind of got a little rough from what I was, from what I understand as well throughout the race. But yeah, I didn't make it back in time. I was hoping I would, but I didn't. So, but we here. We definitely here. Now, I do not have the points up in ATVO, and I failed to get them up here. I'll play the national anthem, and then during qualifying, I'll get them for everybody. But we've got something a little bit different we're going to do here, too. I know Bubba and a few of the other admins, or Bubba himself, I don't know exactly who made them, but we got driver cards out here, and tonight we're going to start with the man himself, David Overstreet, here tonight. Now, this is a driver card or a player card, or you got the player cards, you got driver cards. This is a driver card for David O. Of course, it shows his starts from the time this was created. So of course a lot of the stats you see at the bottom will probably not going to be the same, but this is right now the 2026 series. You see the starts at 168, poles, wins, top 5s, top 10s, his laps led, miles, his lead, his fastest passes, and I'm sure there's more that could probably be added to it, but these are pretty cool, and we've got a lot we're going to do, this season. We may have to go to a race to go through them all, because I failed to even start going through them until tonight. So, but this is David O's right now, and pretty interesting. It also shows where he's from, I do believe, and just a lot of time put into these. So this is like I said, the player card or driver card for David O here tonight. Now they're going to get into qualifying here pretty quickly. So we'll definitely have to watch for that. I am going to try and get... There we go. All right, I had to do some maneuvering here, but we'll get to the points here during qualifying. We're going to step aside here and play the national anthem, folks, here. So hang tight. We'll be close or getting into qualified when we come back.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that Star Spangled Banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave, 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 brave.
All right, there is our national anthem here tonight. Now, they're not in qualifying yet. Still about a minute left. And, yeah, I did notice that, Belva, that the number 5, Rick Sanchez, does have a new look here. I noticed that earlier. Let's go ahead and get a look at that. He has combined the paint for, of course, Greg Biffle, right there, the 16 on one side, the National Guard. And then on the other side, he has put in the Beechcraft 51 of Kyle Busch there. So he has combined both paints here tonight. So, you know, a pretty sharp-looking machine. Of course, you know, a throwback to both of the greats. Like I said, I wasn't a Kyle fan, but I cannot deny that he was a great driver out there at all. So, you know, but, you know, combined both of them. And I got to say, it actually turned out pretty sweet here, if I do say so myself. So, but yeah, you know, a big, a good paint there coming in from Rick Sanchez. And I know we got a few others that's, you know, thrown in some, you know, Greg Biffle and Kyle Busch paints here tonight. So we'll have to, you know, look at those here as we get on into the race here. But you're going to get into qualified here, and we're going to go ahead and look at our points here tonight. Starting with Mark Mann, of course, grabbing round number 1. That's going to put him in the top spot. Is actually got 51 points. Dwayne Corbett in second at 44, tied with Rick Sanchez at 44 as well. Adam Kilday in that fourth spot at 42. Les Levy in fifth at 40. Donald Stewart in sixth at 39. James Mayer and David Overstreet tied for seventh at 38. Jimmy Reynolds in ninth at 37. Rick Seabrands in 10th at 35. Alex Giffen in 11th at 34. Sean Stevens in 12th at 33. Anthony Poston in 13th at 32. Dana Osborne in 14th at 31. And then a tie between Anthony English and John Guerrera for the 15th spot at 30. So Jerry would be in 16th, however, it's showing 17th. He does have 29 points coming into round number 2. So let's go ahead, and they're gonna, like I said, they're going to get into qualifying. We're going to wait on these times to start rolling in here, and Chris Breidenbaker, David O, Alex Giffen, Vicente Guerrero's at the exit of pit road. Rick Sanchez, Anthony English, something happened to Anthony here. Not sure. Les Levy coming out. Jerry, Alex Green, Joshua Westendorf, Chaz Spencer coming out. Paul Servant, Brian Eschball, who was the quickest in practice. Russ Hancock, Dave Hunt. And times are now rolling in here. So looks like at the moment, Russ Hancock, well, nope, I say that. Alex Giffen just beat him off at the top spot here. Rick Sanchez going to the top. And right now, Rick does have it. We still got a lot of drivers out here. One lap. That is all they get here tonight. And like I said, it looks like Brandon Combs coming out or is out here. Les Levy just finished his lap. Going to put him up right now currently in 6th. Mark Mann looking to go back-to-back for season 5. And I am going to go ahead and say it. Last night, in OP, of course, we know round 1, round 2 went to Adam Kilday. Guess what? Round 3 went to Adam Kilday as well. Adam Kilday is sweeping the first 3 races of OP Saturday night. He is on a tear here this evening, this season for OP on Saturday. So I think if y'all's gambling people out there, I think Adam Kilday would probably be the guy to put some money on this season because, man, he is sharp. And Anthony English up to the top spot here tonight, beating out Rick Sanchez there. So currently with coming down to about a minute 45 here, Anthony English. Nope, Vicente going to the top spot here in qualifying for CFM. Well, Steven, he got beat out, so if he's cheating, he's not doing a very good job of it. Yeah, just saying, you know. All right, now Vicente and James Mayer is out on the track here. He has started his lap. Yeah, the no Presta challenge got him. Yeah, you got that. And we're going to see here. I don't know if Vicente, I would imagine he is in Discord somewhere. I couldn't tell you where, but they got a lot of rooms here. Trying to find him. Oh, there he is, way down there in room 9. All right, well, we'll keep it open here. Coming down to the final 40 seconds here. And right now, Vicente with that top position. I don't think anybody's going to be able to beat him out. It doesn't look like it. So, Vicente Guerrero going to grab the pole out here tonight. Let's go ahead and get Vicente up here in the broadcast booth here tonight. Vicente, I know you were in mid-conversation there, but, you know, congratulations on the pole here tonight. I don't think anybody's going to be able to beat you out. Coming down to the final 8 seconds here, buddy. Awesome job, man. Talk about it. It's hot. It's steamy out there. Is it slick?
Yeah, it's pretty slick. I mean, especially when you get somebody pushing you, it gets pretty slick pretty quick. But yeah, I just thought I'd jump in here to CFM and do a league race. And my parents, you know, they've been wanting to watch a race, so I just said, since this one's broadcasted, I gave them something to watch.
Well, yeah, it's broadcasted. Loudmouth Medlock up here going to be talking, you know, about random stuff too. So, you know, you never know what's going to come out of my mouth. But, you know, congratulations on the pole. It's Atlanta. Should be a good race out here tonight. Let's hope we don't see a lot of that pace car here this evening, Vicente. And I know the way you race. If you don't like something or whatever, you're gonna do what you do you need to survive. So, you know, Vicente, good luck down there. Congratulations on the pole, and we'll see you hopefully at the end of lap 100, buddy.
Thank you, Joshua.
Thank you, bud. All right, we'll get him back down there to room number 9, and we're going to go ahead and grid them up. So I want to say hello to Vicente's parents out there in YouTube land here tonight. Of course, my name is Joshua. I don't know if y'all have watched any races or not. But if you have, welcome back. If you haven't, glad you're here. But Vicente grabbing the pole out here tonight with a 32.066. Almost in the 31 range. However, that's going to put Anthony English on the outside there in P2. Again, congratulations to Vicente on the pole. Rick Sanchez there in third. Rick Seabrand's in fourth. The Battle of the Ricks up here at the top 5 already. Paul Servant in fifth. James Marin sixth. Dana Osborne 7th, Mark Mann in 8th, Brandon Combs 9th, and Jimmy Reynolds going to round out our top 10 here. Alex Gifford in 11th, Les Levy in 12th, Joshua Westendorf in 13th, Russ Hancock 14th, Nick Wing 15th, Chaz Spencer in 16th, Dave Hunt 17th, Alex Green in 18th, Jerry Bergeron in 19th, and Tyler High in 20th. David Overstreet, 21st. Chris Bradenbaker, 22nd. Brian Eschball, 23rd of the qualifiers. So the non-qualifiers are going to line up with Donald Stewart, 24th. Sean Stevens, 25th. Andrew Schroeder, 26th. Bubba Winningham, 27th. Len McNeese, 28th. Adam Kilday, 29th. Ash Regner in 30th. And rounding out our field here tonight is going to be Everett Scott Norris in 31st. So 31 drivers going to start it off here tonight. Can 31 drivers finish the race here this evening? We will know after lap 100. Exactly, Steven. Looks like we've got a, looks like a Ron is out there. It is Ron. Is it Dill or Dial? I'm glad you're out there, Ron, because I know I am butchering your last name. So, you know, help me out, help a brother out here. Come on, man. Yeah, Steven, you have no idea what's going to come out of my mouth next. I do try to keep it clean, but, you know. If you haven't already, hit that like button, the subscribe button out here tonight, folks. Be like Ben for Racing for Rowdy 150. Sponsored by Todd Poston, who did not make it here tonight, it looks like. But again, a big shout out to Todd for sponsoring tonight's race. Here we go. Pace car is down to the safety of pit road. The green flag will drop here momentarily at Echo Park Speedway. There it is. Green is out. Boogity, 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 folks. We are racing at Atlanta. Out of turn number 2, 100 laps here tonight. Screaming down into 3 already. Side by side, Anthony English right now has the edge on Vicente. On the outside, first lap is going to go to the 44 here tonight. 1 lap down, 99 more to go. Going to be a long 99 laps. Now, of course, if they keep it green and keep it straight, then, you know, they will. They'll knock this race out relatively quickly here. As we see the 4 of Rick Seabrands doing a little bit of peeking. We're going to go almost 3 wide. But Jimmy Reynolds, I believe that was either Jimmy or Mark, one of the two, and backed out of it pretty quick. And kind of going through our field here a little bit, trying to give some people some air time. Russ Hancock hanging out back here, fell back a few spots. But like I said, a long way to go, so anything can happen. Got some moseying going on up here, and Vicente is going to steal that lap away from Anthony English, who led the first 2. Lap number 4 here. All right, Belva's saying a 4 yellow race. That's what she's saying. She thinks we're going to have at least 4 yellows at minimum here tonight. Oh, what what do y'all think out there? What do y'all, what do y'all say? Y'all got any picks out there here on, how many yellows we could or couldn't have? I think we could go green with this group. I really do. Kind of just going through the field here, folks. Not a whole lot at the moment going on. I mean, there is a lot of side by side, but there's not like any major, hiccups or major passing. And whoa! 14 bent out of shape. Good save there, Vicente. That could have been bad. But man, that's some driving right there, buddy. Golly. Man. He does not want to have to put that truck in the Vince's service and repair shop. And I said that for a reason, because that's what he's got on his truck. I would assume that is his company. But man, what a save. Golly, what a save. Now, I'm just kind of hanging up here. We do got some action, some little passing and stuff going on back here. Tyler up to 17th. And, oh, somebody's into the wall. Oh, Everett Scott Norris is off the track. We do not have a yellow yet. Brian Eschball, everybody is straight. We stay green, no yellow. I want to know, though, what happened back here. A little bit of a rewind here. Oh, it looks like the 61 hit the wall. We're not going to stay on this too long, and that's what upset everybody else. The 114, of course, down into the 88, and that sent the 88 sideways. So, but back up front, we cannot stay on them, especially if we're under green. We gotta get back up to racing. So, Everett Scott Norris, though, does have a black flag here. Yeah, kissing that wall. Definitely can hurt you. And we seen what can actually happen. A lot of movement here on the on ATVO. Brandon Combs in the 228 down on the bottom here with a 99 of Alex Giffen. And just hanging about, taking it lap to lap here. Not really worrying about, picking that nose into somewhere it doesn't belong right now. Just go lap to lap, burn off some fuel, get some pit stops in, and, kind of go from there. Got a little bit of a break, though, from Dave Hunt, about a second back. Chad Spencer. Chaz is coming. He is bringing Adam Kilday and Chris Breidenbaker right along with him. But there is a gap there between Chaz and Dave Hunt here. Dave at the tail end of this 20 car field, or 21 car field. He makes the 21st. We know Dave. He's just gonna do Dave things, and he'll work on making moves later on into the race here. Now, 14 of Vicente still leading that bottom. You do have, though, Rick Sanchez, who is in that combined Greg Biffle and Kyle Busch paint down on the bottom there, showing 51 on the truck, 51.16. But he is kind of hanging out here in that 6th spot. That bottom line, though, I don't think that bottom line's where you want to be, honestly. Yeah, right. That's what I heard. I heard it was quite. Yellows were up there. I don't know exactly how many, 12, 13, 14, somewhere around in there. I heard 14, but yeah, that is way too many. You know, I hated that I missed the race because you know, guys, I hate missing races, but you know, there's you know, when work calls, that's kind of what you got to do. You just got to go. So we're kind of hanging out here, folks. We're just kind of watching. Lap number 15 here, probably going to be getting into some some green flag pit stops here before too long. Brian Eschbaugh and Everett Scott Norris is both a lap down now. Everett Scott is 2 laps down. Brian is just 1. I'm just kind of waiting on the first round of pit stops, though. Yeah, I didn't call it. Yeah, I did the first 10, 15 laps or so, 20. I think it was first 20 laps, and I had to leave, and then I missed the rest of it. I was hoping to get back, but I didn't make it back. Got a lot of movement up here. Vicente has been able to get around Anthony English. Anthony falling back. You got Rick Sebrands on that. Whoa! On that top side right behind him. You got that glare, man. That camera angle. Got that glare on them trucks. All righty, Steven, buddy. Take care. Oh, got to get up early for work. Yeah. But I don't have to get up early. Well, I do. I got to go pay bills, but I'll do most of it tonight and then do the rest of it tomorrow. That's Tony Stewart in the 634. Oh, man. Went from 20th to 9th in the last lap and a half. Wow. Wow. Was there a big wreck or something? No, it looks like Mark Mann pulling it down to the bottom. We got drivers on the bottom. Now, Atlanta Motor Speedway, folks, with the new layout, in order to get on pit road, you have to enter pit lane on the back stretch before turn 3. And we're going to see out of turn 2 here, we will see probably some of these guys dive down at some point here. But right there is the line. And you got to be in that in order to come down pit road. If you go around, then you're going to have to just continue to go around the track. So it doesn't look like 20 laps. 15 to 20 laps is going to cut it here. $17 on the outside. That is Jimmy, as well as the 15 of Alex. They're trying to find a spot to get down, but right now nobody coming down pit road here. So it looks like we're going to be able to go quite some laps here this evening. But that bottom line really formed up. Ron, did the race end under yellow or did it end under green? Because like I said, I didn't see it. I wasn't here. Green at the end. Okay, well, I mean, green at the end, that's better. I think GWC attempt as well. I think it went 104 laps. Might have been 2, something like that. Yeah. So 2 GWC attempts. Yeah, I know if a yellow comes out before the white flag, or then it's a GWC. So just kind of waiting here to see when these guys come down pit road, folks. And really, nobody has jumped down to the bottom here out of turn 2. So lap number 24. I would imagine though we're going to start seeing them come down at some point. I mean, we're on lap 24 here, folks. Yep, rack it back up, keep going. Yep. I would assume there wasn't any green flag pit stops with 14 yellows. Hanging back here with Adam Kilday in the 85. We got to give him some airtime after that big, huge win last night. Oh, here we go. Now Donald Stewart's on pit road. Looks like we're going to have Alex Giffen coming down as well. So pit stops are starting to heat up here, folks. We got a few down. I know, third in a row. Yeah. Yeah, we got the mechanical bull. We got it moved back to the shop last night. It took a little bit. All right, here we go. Pit stops. Vicente gonna lead a group of them down. And that is gonna be, we're gonna wait for everybody to come around before we go through. So Vicente, Rick, Jimmy, Anthony, Alex, Rick, Seabrands, James Merrimark Man, Adam Kilday, Andrew Schroeder, Chris Brian Baker, Chaz Spencer, David Overstreet, Les Levy, all down pit road. It looks like Sean Stevens and the Pepsi 27 is coming down as well. And it looks like the rest of them is soon to follow. Paul Servant, Dana Osborne, Brandon Combs. Ooh, looks like Nick Wing stayed out, as well as Jerry, Joshua Westendorf, Russ Hancock, Tyler High, Lynn McNeese, Dave Hunt. Oh, the 8's got problems. Oh, no, Dana Osborne's got issues. What happened to Dana on pit road? Oh, it looks like he might have come in a little bit too hot. Yep, right there with the 3. Oh, and we've got a yellow, though. Whoa. And Alex Green in the 15. Oh, no. I think these guys were coming. Yeah, these guys were coming off of pit road. So I would assume something happened. Yeah, something happened with the 61 here of Ash Ragnar here. Ragnar. Looks like Ash was also coming off of pit road, and then something happened with him. Maybe he got on the gas a little bit too hard too soon. Fresh tires bit him, and that is exactly what happened. It bit him, and nowhere to go for the 15 and the 85. They tried to go around. They were able to get on the racetrack, but Ash come right up into the 15, nowhere to go. The 85 is going to get a piece as well. So the first yellow of the evening here is going to come out with some pit road exit problems. Let's get on, I want to get on the 85 of Kilday here. As soon as I find him. There he is right there. And we're going to go to if anybody else managed to get around this. And I think everybody else made it safely through. Everybody else was able to get through that, but the first yellow coming out, and I gotta say that was some good running there. So we'll go 25 to 30 laps here on fuel. Now that we know our fuel load here. I'll definitely have to tell him. Oh no, Vicente has a black flag for some reason. Interesting. I do believe it was cleared, so he might have got popped for the passing under yellow, and it wasn't his fault. I don't know. I don't know the reason behind that, but lap 30 though, folks. I gotta say that was a good green flag run there. Almost got a full green flag pit stop in, and they were on their last stint, so looks like the lights are off on the pace vehicle here. That is gonna put Nick Wing, I think the lights, yeah, lights are off, I believe. Yep, lights are off. Everybody is trying to get back around. I think they just extended the yellow here to let everybody catch back up. So we're going to go around one more time. Unless they can catch back up before we get to the start-finish line. But as of right now, we're going to go around at least one more time. But that's going to put Nick Wing up front. Going to get us going here. Jerry in second. Lynn McNeese I'm showing Lynn in third. Brandon Combs fourth. Russ Hancock fifth. Rick Seabrand sixth. We got some movements going on here. I think they're trying to get everybody lined up. Uh-oh, we're gonna have an iRacing glitch problem here. All right, hang tight, folks. Hang tight. Like Jimmy is going to go to the bottom, or somebody is going to go to the bottom. So Nick Wing. Yeah, Nick Wing. Nick should be our leader. Now I'm showing Lynn as our leader. Interesting. What if iRacing's got a problem here? All right, so it looks like we're going to probably go back green here. It'll be lap 33. We do have a couple of drivers ahead of the leaders, Tyler, Adam, and Bubba. They are on the lead lap because they're ahead of the leaders. Lynn McNeese is our leader here as the pace car dives off down to the safety of pit road. Remember, we've got to wait on green. And the green is out, and we are underway here. Back underway at Atlanta. We do got some black flags, but they will be cleared. Now, I do not know why it put Nick all the way back, but it did. I thought Nick he's led 5 laps. Well, it is what it is. The leaders are right here. Lynn McNeese, Rick Sanchez, Brandon Combs, Russ Hancock, Donald Stewart. And we are going to have a battle up here as Rick Sanchez is going to gonna be able to lead that lap, and Alex Giffen has already taken his car behind the wall here tonight. I don't know what happened to Alex. I don't know if he's gonna jump in chat here and let us know, but he has already taken it behind the wall, and he is done. They have 2 fast repairs. Couple of them probably already having to use at least one of them. Jimmy does have a black flag. He is on pit road here. Rick leading with Donald Stewart now, I do believe. Wait a minute. That is the 634. We got a mixture here of some lap cars and some lead lap cars. It's kind of messing some stuff up here, but Rick, we know Rick. Rick is our leader. Now we're going to go 3 wide. Going to come around the 51. Uh, 51. I do not have a 51. It might have been the, let's see here. I'm trying to see here, folks. I don't have a 51. Rick still leading the way here with Donald Stewart, Seabrands, McNeese, Mayer, Schroeder, Combs, Breidenbaker, English, Servant. That is our top 10 here. We got some battling going on and some moving. Dana Osborne, Nick Wing, Mark Mann, Joshua Westendorf moving on up here as well. Lap 38, we'll go ahead and check that track temp here real quick. It has went down to 82, so it's not bad out there. Still a battle up front, side by side though throughout the field till you get back here around Russ Hancock, Joshua, Les, Sean. These guys right all here, single file. Vicente at the tail end, all by himself. Doesn't have any type of help. Now Rick Seabrand's going to lead another lap here in the Yeti 4 machine. Lap number 40. So if they can go the distance here, folks, we'll be done here in about 31 and a half minutes. Now this is, of course, going green, staying green. Now that it'll change if a yellow does come out, and as tight racing as they're doing, I wouldn't rule out another yellow at some point. But if they can get a green flag, full green flag stop in, that'll also spread out the field a little bit. We see the 15 up there on that high side. Ooh. 15 on the truck. That is Alex Green. Trying to click on him. Now, Alex is a couple of laps down, but, you know, that doesn't mean anything. You can be a couple of laps down and still get back on the lead lap and win the race. I've seen it many times. Oh, wow. Oh, Paul Servant, man, was right there, and he almost took the back end out of the 44 of Anthony English. Good Lord. That's just going to show the caliber of racing, how close they can actually get. And appreciate everybody out there tuning in here tonight. A big shout out to Todd Posted out there for sponsoring tonight's race. Be like Biff, racing for Rowdy 150. This is, for the Greg Biffle. And, man, I still can't believe Greg Biffle, his wife and kids, man. And it still shocks me about Kyle, too. It just goes to show you, folks, that, life's too short. Anything can happen at any given time. And, man. I still don't know if they know the root cause of what happened to Greg Biffle, and why that plane went down like it did. I haven't heard. Yeah, Brandon. Yeah, I know. I thought it was a joke, like they do with all the other, stars and stuff, but. After, ESPN, the news, everybody started reporting on it, and I'm like, okay, this ain't no joke, Yeah, it was a shocker. It really was. It was a shocker when, Greg Biffle and his family were killed, the pilots, I don't know why that is showing up there, folks. I just now noticed that the Spring Fling emblem was showing up on ATVO. Oh well, it is what it is. But it's covered by the Checkered Flag Motorsports emblem, who were here tonight. Of course, tomorrow night, speaking of the Spring Fling, tomorrow night, the finale of the OP Spring Fling. We'll crown a champion of the Spring Fling tomorrow night. We'll find out who that is going to be. And then the Premier Series will fire up here in about a couple of weeks, I believe. For OP, more on that tomorrow night, right here, of course, on MaxspeedTV. I'll get more information from them, but we're going to see a lot of these drivers that are over here in CFM over there as well. That's why I like this group, because they usually racing both. And right now, we got still some dooring going on and some battling going on up here. And getting ready for some pit stops as well. And they've been out here now at about 21, 22, anywhere between 20 and 24 laps. Donald Stewart has been out here going on, 25 laps with that lap. Everybody else at about 23, 22, 21 laps. So they're going to be getting into some pit stops here roughly, and we are at the halfway mark. We're close to it, the completion of this lap. It looks like the 634 machine of Donald Stewart is going to come down pit road here. He's been out here 25 laps, so at about 25, 30 laps is where we're at on fuel. And we're going to see probably another group come down here pretty quickly, maybe this lap, next lap. We'll see how long these guys stay out, but, we are at the halfway mark here tonight. Again, a big shout out to all the fans out there that, stick with us each and every week, through the good races and the bad races. We appreciate every single one of you that come out here and, chat it up and chat, or don't chat it up and chat, but, love watching some good old-fashioned iRacing style league racing. I love to call it. So, and of course, a big shout out to all the sponsors for, CFM, all the drivers that put this on to make these broadcasts happen. Of course, without them, I wouldn't be here doing this. So, you've got to give, those shout outs to all of them, all across the board. that, hey, I'll sponsor a race, you know, so big shout out to all of them. And, you know, it's awesome to do this. This is my 10th year doing it. So, yeah, 10 years of doing this. All right, screaming out of turn number 2. We're going to see here if anybody dives down. It doesn't look like it. Oh, it's real. I appreciate that, Ron. I mean, it's real. It's real racing. You know, it's virtual real racing, but you know, you can't technically get physically hurt unless you have your force feedback set up too high, and then you can, you know, break a wrist, but. And you get your feelings hurt. You know, I know that happens. We do have some drivers that looks like coming down pit road. Bubba Winningham going to go ahead and squeeze down pit road here. He's been out here 27 laps. So it is about that time. We're going to see, you know, big group come down. These guys have been out here about 28 laps now. So we're going to be looking at a big group here. It looks like Rick Sebrands, he is wanting to just use up as much track as possible, and he is going to bring a group of them down. Hopefully we don't have any more hiccups here. Rick Sebrands, Rick Sanchez, Lynn McNeese, James Mayer. Ooh, a little hiccup there almost. Anthony English, Andrew Schroeder, Chris Breidenbaker, Paul Servant, Jerry Bergeron, Dana Osborne, Russ Hancock, Sean Stevens, Tyler's down pit road as well. Adam Kilday. We got a good group, and I believe this last group, or most of them, is going to come down. It looks like Mark Mann, Brandon Combs, David Overstreet, Chad Spencer, Joshua Westendorf, Les Levy's coming down, Brian Eschball also down pit road. So I would imagine we're going to see Dave Hunt and Nick Wing come down this time by. This is the last 2 drivers that need to come down. And Nick Wing is not coming down, so he's going to stay behind the 14 here and try to pull out another lap. It looks like it can be done. Oh, we've got a yellow! No! Tyler, oh no, another hiccup coming off of pit road. The 93. Well, looks like he got on the gas a little bit too hard, and it snapped on him and right up into the track, and that'll bring out a yellow every single time. Oh, no. Well, I think I spoke it into fruition. I said, hope we don't have any mistakes. And, well, guess what happened? We had a mistake. Oh, man. Whoops. Yeah, I'm messing with my volume here, folks. Sorry about that. It's on my headset, so when I go to mess with it, it shows up on screen. I apologize for that, but I cannot believe that. Wow. Well, Nick is coming down now. Kind of worked out for him in the end, I guess you could say, but you know, that's going to give the lead up to Dave Hunt here. I don't know. I mean, let's see here. It's going to be be interesting to see. It looks like Vicente come back down. I do believe. He's been out here 28 laps, so he didn't come back down. He had to come down pit road. Man, I cannot believe that. 2 hiccups coming out of pit road. Man, the exit of pit road is not being friendly out here tonight. Man. Oh. All right, well, let's see here if we can pull a driver up here and talk to here tonight. If I can find somebody. Where is Dana? Dana is on his way to pit road. I don't know if we will be able to talk to him yet. He is coming down now. I don't, at this point, I don't want to talk really to anybody, but I got to ask him about it because, man, it looks, well, I don't know if I'm going to have time. Man. These updates on iRacing have made it to where it's so hard to do interviews. They go green so quick. So it looks like Nick Wing is going to be our leader. So Dave Hunt did lead a lap here. So Nick Wing, Dave Hunt, Paul Servant, Vicente Guerrero, David Overstreet, Rick Seabrands. We're gonna let it get lined out here, and then we'll go through on where everybody's at. But it looks like Vicente is coming up through here, and it looks like as well the lights are back on the pace cars. So I think iRacing may be having some problems here. All right, lights are off. So Nick Wing, Vicente, David O, Mark Mann, Chaz Spencer, Brandon Combs, Les Levy, Lynn McNeese, Rick Sanchez, Rick Seabrands, top 10. That put Dave Hunt all the way back in 19th. See, I don't understand what's going on with that. Maybe somebody can inform me on that mess, because Dave was leading. He didn't come back down pit road, so I don't understand it. No, he pitted before Nick, so Nick has been out here 2 laps. Okay, maybe right. And Dave pitted 3. Okay, so there's a lap difference, but still, Dave took over the lead before the yellow came out. So I don't understand how that works, man. That's just so confusing. Anyway, we'll just go with the flow here. Nick Wing up at the top spot, Vicente in second. Here we go. Checkered Flag Motorsports Speedway Monkeys back underway here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, or Echo Park Speedway. I still call it Atlanta Motor Speedway. I think everybody does. Yeah, I don't know, because I've seen them do that, you know, take the lead and then somebody pit, and then, you know, and then they're lined up where they come out at. So I don't get it. I don't know. All I know is it's definitely getting me confused. And you know, the 15 of Alex Green is 2 laps down, and he is up here with the leaders. See, I don't know. Usually it puts the lap cars to the back. I'm so confused. I guess that's something I'm going to have to get with David O on that and see how that all works, because I don't understand it. I don't understand it at all. At all. What I do understand, though, is we're at lap 64. Still got about 30-ish laps here, 30, 37 to be exact. 2 cautions for 7 laps, 11 lead changes, so definitely gonna have to pit at least one more time, no doubt about it. It's possible, Ron. I don't know. I mean, I'm just not used to seeing that. I always thought the lap cars had to go to the back, and you know, or they, oh no, we got some movement. Oh, the 15. No, that's Alex Green. Boy, that shook everybody up. They were able to keep it straight, but good Lord Almighty. 3 wide in Atlanta, and Alex Green is going around, folks. Oh, and it looks like we're going to have more in this as well. So let's start here with a 15 of Alex Green. Go back a little bit further because there was a lot of movement going on even before then. Way back here. So let's go back a little bit more right here. All right, right here. All right, so right here we're going to see right there is where 15 of Alex Green got loose, possibly got popped a little bit by the 8. Not sure. We can't actually look at that here real quick, see if maybe that's what happened to Alex, but maybe it was just accordion effect here too. I am looking for my chase view here. There it is, right there. Go rewind it a little bit further. Let's see here if... No, wow, if he did, he barely got him, maybe right there, but man, there is still a gap there between Alex Green and the 15 here, but this is what set the stage for what happened up toward the front here, and we're going to go ahead and kind of fast forward it here to the wreck here, because you've got Dana right here in the 8, again, right behind the 15, and it looks like either the 15 just lost it, and then he gets tagged by the 8, and then that set the 46 down and away. And then, of course, we did have... Oh, hello. We did have a wreck up there as well. Let's see here if I can find out who that was spinning. 61, was that Ash? No? Oh, it might have been, the 44. So right here was another incident with the 8 and the 46, and then the 62 and 44. Wow. There's a lot going on that one, folks. A lot going on. All right, well, we're going to get back up front here. The camera operator failed, yeah. I don't know what happened with that one. there's Alex right up in chat here. Truck got loose on him. I think I did see it snap and then get loose, and then the 8 was right behind you. I don't know if he tagged you, but I know he tagged you there in that wreck. But man, I hate it. All right, here we go. Green's back out, and we are back underway here. And yeah, I had a little bit of a camera hiccup there. I don't know what happened on that one. Sorry if I made everybody dizzy. I think you said 4 yellows, Belva, and right now we're setting at 3, so I believe you said 4. Yeah, you said 4, and right now we're setting at 3. So you're right there. All right, Brandon Combs, Vicente, Rick, Nick, Anthony, Chaz, Rick Seabrands, Mark Mann, James Mayer, Lynn McNeese, top 10. Alex, got a question for you. I don't know if you're still out in chat or not, but I'm a little bit confused on how they do the restarts here, because you know, I'm seeing lap cars up there with the leaders. I'm seeing, you know, the person who was leading when the caution came out have to go to the back. I am so confused on all that. Can you please explain that? If you can't, I'll get with David O on it. All right, got some movement going on up here, though. As Vicente still holding point. Now, they will still have to pit. Going door to door back here. Brandon Combs, Rick Sanchez. It's like still getting a little squirrely for some drivers out here, Alex. So you wasn't the only one that's having that problem. I hated that you had to take your truck behind the wall, but you know, I get it. And I just got it on my phone. It looks like Arkansas is headed back to Fayetteville, and so Arkansas baseball just not as good as what we used to be, man. Got a lot of things going on at the same time. 11 of you out there right now tuning in. 7 likes, folks. 3 shy from 10. Can you go ahead and smash that like button if you haven't done so already? Appreciate every single one of you out there here tonight. Uh-oh, not over yet. Oh, how many outs? Anthony English grabbing another lap lead. Lap 76. 3/4 of the way done here this evening. We still got 25 more laps to go, and they're going to have to figure out pit strategy here. Now, if you pit now, you will be able to make it, but that is also put yourself in a sticky situation for, you know, green flag or green white checkered attempts too. So, you know, you definitely gotta, you know, time it out perfect. You don't want to come in too soon, but yet you don't want to come in too late either. Doesn't look like anybody's coming down right now. What a bold move there by the 92 of Westendorf to drop it down to the bottom in front of the 21 of Nick Wing. Go ahead and get it down on the bottom just in case. Well, we need a grand slam and a home run. That'll end it. Then we'll have to play them again tomorrow. If not, we get to... Oh, no! We got drivers off! No! Les Levy! Oh! The 84 of Lynn McNeese! No! Oh, no! We got problems! Big problems here. All right. Well, let's figure out what happened. So we're going to be on the 84 here. Oh, right there. It looks like the 62 of Les Levy was not clear. And come right down in front of Lynn McNeese. Les, you can't park there, buddy. And that, of course, sent the 84 and the 62 down. 84 going to pop the wall. The 62 going to pop the 84. And then Lynn is going to slide back up the track and then get clobbered by the 61 of Ash here. Ash tried to go around, but just was not clear. And he, 84 of Lynn, gets clobbered by him and then gets hit again by the 88 of Brian Eschbaugh here. Right there. I think the 88 might have been able to get through that. Let's see here. Oh, he might have got a little damage. All right. Well, that's gonna sting. Yeah, I had a feeling something happened with iRacing on that one with Dave, Ron. There's been a lot with that last update from iRacing, that big update they had. iRacing's had some major hiccups. All right, so you, Ron, you have the 4 pick. That is Rick Seabrand's currently running in 4th. Now, with the way they got this lined out, I don't know how this is all possible, but I've got Rick in 4th at the moment. 4 to 4. Then I got 44 up here leading, so we got a lot of 4s up here. Yeah, that is weird. iRacing problems, probably. So 20 to go. It'll be 19 to go when we go green. We got 20 to go right now. Everybody has made their stop. Final stop. They can make it from here. Remember, it's 25 to 30 laps on fuel. 25 to 29 would be the probably closer number to that. So they can definitely make it. We're setting at our 4 cautions here. There's your 4 cautions there, Belva. Are we going to stay at 4? That's a big question. All right, well, it'll be English, Sanchez, Guerrero, Seabrands, Mayer, Servant, Wing, Bergeron, Mann, Stewart, Tony Stewart, as Belva called him. That's Donald right there in 10th. Well, Chad Spencer, Russ Hancock, Brandon Combs, Joshua Westendorf, David O, Andrew Schroeder, Chris Breidenbaker, Lynn McGee, Sean Stevens, Dave Hunt. Rounding out the top 20, we still have 22 drivers. Les Levy and Dana Osborne, the 22 drivers on the lead lap. 2 drivers a lap down, Bubba Whittingham, Adam Kilday. Here we go, green back out, 19 laps remade here tonight for the Checkered Flag Motorsports Speedway Monkey Season 5, round number 2 here at Atlanta. Be Like Biff Racing Ferrari 150, sponsored by Todd Poston here tonight. 19 to go. What is going to happen in 19 laps? We'll find out in, well, 19. Oh, we've got them going around. This is going to be a big one, folks. Big wreck in the back. 634, Donald Stewart. All right, well, let's find out what happened to Tony here tonight. That would be Donald Stewart, not Tony. I say that for Belva. I know she's out there. And it looks like Donald was coming up on the one, yeah, really quickly and had to slow down just a hair. And then that put Russ Hancock right there in the middle, and the all dreadful bumper hook, the right front to the left rear, and that sent the 634 down right into Mark Mann, and it was kind of on from there. It looks like the 343, the 228, the 77, the 92, and then somebody comes flying through here. That's Bubba Whittingham. Probably tried to dodge it, and there wasn't nothing Bubba could do. And he was right there, and then, man, 84 in it, the 48 in it, 62 going to get caught up in this. There's a lot of drivers. 53, looks like the 8, the 27, the 114. Probably would have been easier to go through the drivers who was not involved in that, but you know, we'll just go with the flow here. Got Rick Sanchez leading. Ron, that's my brother, if you haven't figured that out yet. There's a lot of times we'll think and say something at the exact same time. It's weird. We do that a lot when it comes to sports. Of course, my brother got into iRacing. Of course, he hasn't really been into it since December, but he got into it with me and started, you know, co-commentating some here and there. And he watches. But I stay busy. I gotta stay busy. I gotta stay busy doing something. Whether it be watching something on YouTube and playing Minecraft or broadcasting, playing cornhole, something. Well, all right. Rick Sanchez, Anthony English, Rick C. Brands, Vicente, James, Paul, Nick, Jerry, Mark, and Chaz. That is going to be our top 10. 16 to go. It'll be 15 to go when we go green. Still a lot of racing left to happen here. Yeah, December is gonna suck. Trust me. All right, pace cars down to the safety of pit road. It'll be 15 to go at the green here tonight. And the green's out. Rick's on the loud pedal. Now, they get it just slightly before I do. So, what we see, you know, may deem, you know, somebody jumping it. It may not be the case. Because Rick was on it. And the other Rick, speaking of Ricks, Rick Seabrand's up at the P2, followed by the 3 of Paul Servant. It will be 14 to go here at the line. And boy, that 4 all over the back end of the 16. But here comes Anthony English up through the field here. All right, man, oh man. Mark Mann, of course, won round 1, MaxspeedTV 200, the opening of May 17th. Mark Mann finds himself back here in 9th. I mean, he's still in striking distance. So can he pull an Adam Kilday and you know, win? Well, the first 2 races in CFM, Adam has won the first 3 in OP. 12 to go. I haven't been doing a lot of 3 wide, if any, here tonight. I think that's probably going to start heating up here before too long. Anthony English taking over the lead, barely, over Rick Sanchez here on the bottom. He's got one heck of a driver behind him, too, in Rick Seabrands. But it's that outside line that has been pretty much dominant. Whoa, Vicente now going to the bottom. Wow, he pretty much just dumped the 44, and I think that actually hurt the 14 more than anything. Probably should have stayed up top. As now James Mayer is now up top side here with Anthony English. Now, what do I know? What do I know? I'm just a broadcaster. I'm not a racer, you know, so you know, these guys are, oh, no, somebody up into the wall. I believe that might have been, oh, where's he at? That might have been the 84 of Lynn McNeese. That scraped the wall. Yep, 3 wide at Atlanta. I knew that was not going to take long. Well, they went side by side. Now back to 3 wide per. It's 2 wide. But we're going to go 3 wide. Whoa, look at the outside. That is Lynn. He is making that top. Oh, and he just kissed the wall again, but he is making it work. The 85 of Adam Kilday gonna, looks like, come up with him. Oh, man. Well, if you're gonna do something, you gotta do it now, folks. Lynn, oh, no, we've got Doran going on. Oh, we got Lynn up into the wall. And we've got a yellow out. Oh, big wreck. Oh, Les Levy. Oh, no. Rewind this a little bit further here and find out what happened to Les. Let's go and get on our chase view here. So it looks like Les was on the bottom. Oh, Les got caught up in another incident. The 77 to the 23. Oh, Chaz. Looks like when the 85 hit the wall, the 77 of Chris Breidenbaker was trying to maybe dodge it. I don't know what happened. Right there, though, it was, man. Yeah, he do not read that's one on the back of his truck, please. But right there, that pretty much sums it up. That pretty much sums the back end of that truck up. That's what collected the 62 as well as the 23 machine. Oh, man. And both of them going to take a hard lick into the outside wall. Man. Not good, man. All right, well, we're still under regulation, so... Looks like Florida State, Northeastern Illinois are headed to extra innings. I got a smartwatch, so my watch is talking to me. Well, all right. Well, this is going to make for an interesting finish here tonight because, man, we got a lot of fast drivers out here, a lot of hungry drivers, you know, for round number 2. So... man, I don't know. I don't know who's gonna bring it home in the victory lane here tonight. Jeez. Uh-oh. All right. Now it looks like we're having some problems. All right. Yeah, y'all could probably hear me typing here. I don't know what's going on, but it's... pretty bad. All right, we'll try to finish this out. Sorry about the buffering. All right, here we go. Vicente, Anthony, James, Rick, Jerry, Mark, Paul, Dana, Nick. That is our top 10 here. Andrew Schroeder up in the mix as well. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. All right, here we go. Green is back out once again here tonight. Deal. Okay, Ron Deal. All right. All right. Well, here we go. Yeah, ain't nothing I can do about the choppiness, unfortunately. I don't know what the deal is. It shouldn't be my internet, because I have fiber, so whatever it is, it's causing some major problems. All right, 2 laps to go. We get a yellow now, which it doesn't look like we're going to get. Coming to the white flag here. White flag in the air. One more time around. We're going to finish this under regulation here tonight, folks. It's into James Anthony. Oh, we got them loose. Oh, no, they're loose. They're squarely on the back stretch. Coming down to the line. Who is it going to be? They're wrecking behind them. Vicente, Anthony, 1-2 right now. Coming to the stripe, to the line. Vicente gonna win it here tonight. Anthony English in a P2. And Rick Seabrands winding out the top 3 here this evening. Man. Well, all right. Well, we'll get the top 3 up here for the MaxspeedTV post-race show. And we're going to go ahead and talk to these guys here tonight. So hang on a minute. We will be right back. Cooler machine, Rick. Man, it was great racing out there. Green flag pit stops, but man, we'll start with that. But yeah, you know, the race overall was great. But man, pit stops, man, everybody come down fine. It's coming off of pit road here tonight that bit a few people, and then we had some incidents out on the track. But, you know, nonetheless, it was some great racing out here tonight, man. You pulled out a P3 here this evening, started 4th. So, you know, awesome job. You led 18 laps, awesome points now, buddy. Kind of talk about it, your run out here tonight, what you had to do to endure and, you know, get up there for really the you know, what set up to be a really great finish.
Yeah, we're really thrilled with a podium finish tonight. We got to lead some laps. We was out in front and control of the race for a little bit, and that was pretty much key all night. If you lost control of the race, you was going to be in trouble out there. And we lost control of the race, and it took us a while to get back up there. Like you said earlier, we got burned twice. Had really good pit stops. It was going to kind of flip the field and kind of put ourselves in good position there, and then the cautions kept coming out and putting us behind there. But you know, great run tonight for us. Our season's been absolutely putrid, so we're definitely thankful to have this run tonight. And congrats to Vince, and yeah, good finish, you know, over here for sure.
Yeah, definitely so. Well, you know, the season just getting going. So, you know, I know tonight we were at, you know, Echo Park Speedway with, you know, Memorial Day and everything kind of screwed everything up. So, you know, tonight was actually round 2. So, I know we're going to be doing, we're going to be making up that race at Talladega here pretty quick. So, I don't really know what the next race is. So, I'm going to go with what I have on the schedule here, and I'm going to say it's Daytona, but if it is Talladega, Let's go with Daytona. What do you think about, going from Atlanta to Daytona, and the transition from technically a non-super speedway track to super speedway racing?
Well, I mean, you'll have to forgive me. A lot of these leagues, they just kind of run together and blend together so well. And like I said, like I feel like on Saturday our truck program and over here our program, we just been behind a little bit. We haven't been very fast and been able to get that good track position at the Daytonas and Talladegas and stuff. So I don't really know what we're going to bring to the track. Hopefully it's a little bit of good luck, and hopefully this is kind of a momentum booster for us, because between Saturday and over here, just the whole truck, the way iRacing changed it and the package of
Yeah.
it, it's just it's been different and it's been unique for us. But hopefully tonight, with tonight's finish, we're kind of turning the corner on that.
Yeah, well, awesome job on the finish. Good points night for you. Led some laps. I know you were, kind of in the, caught up in a few things out here tonight, but you were able to, keep your fast repairs nonetheless. But, still, awesome points night for you, Rick. Awesome job. Final thought, shout outs, thanks you give before you go celebrate.
Thanks to David O and Bubba and all the CFM crew for putting these great races on and giving us a place to race on Sunday nights. Hopefully the fans enjoyed the show. There was a lot of side by side, a lot of door banging, green flag racing, green flag pit stops. So that's kind of, I don't know what more you could really ask for. So I hope the fans had a good time watching it, and of course you guys up in the booth for bringing it to the fans.
No, thank you, Rick. Appreciate that, man. Go celebrate third.
got
We'll
it,
see. We'll see you next time.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you, bud. All right. Well, that is going to bring us here to our P2 finisher here tonight. Anthony English here finished. Well, he finished where he started, second. So, hey, Anthony, you led 23 laps. I know one spot better, man. You just could not edge out Vicente there. But, man, talk about it. The race that out here tonight, green flag pit stops, 3 wide even at times. You were caught up in, some incidents out there and had to use one of the 2 fast repairs, but you were able to get it back out on track. Talk about how quick that Fox Racing 44 machine was here tonight, and, how you managed to finish second. Awesome job.
Well, I love me some Atlanta. I can't even after that. It wasn't bad. I wanted to try to stay up there because I think as much as you think of super speedway stuff, you don't think about track position as much. But I was trying to keep track position as much as you could, and some of them cautions were just coming out at like bad times. Like right after the group of us would pit or whatever, the caution would come out and it was trapping us a lap down, and we'd have to take the wave around. And then it literally happened again. Like the next time through, we were getting ready to pit for green. And as we're coming out, the caution comes out and it trapped us down again. And so it was one of those back and forth nights. Like, kept trying to get back up there just to get flushed back to the back, and then get back up there and get flushed back to the back. But that was the hardest thing, was just trying to manage getting some track position back, not killing yourself, and not destroying your tires too early. It actually did matter. The tires did actually matter quite a bit tonight.
Well, I know qualifying, the track temp was around 99. I know racing, it wasn't as hot, but, still with, a cooler track temp, was it, tight? Was it loose? Was it comfortable? What was it like down there?
It was a mix of both. Like early on through the run, it was more of a looseness, and then it just felt like it would get just tight on you, and then it gets so tight on you that you'd have to just put so much wheel into it that you'd make it loose that way, and that's when the tires were starting to fall off. You get that like 15 to 20 lap range in the tires, and you get that little crossover period on them to where they go from being decent to starting to just be tight, like and it just like garbage at that point.
Well, it all worked out for you in the end here tonight, though, Anthony. So, I mean, I guess you can't complain with, what you had to go through out here tonight. I mean, the P2 is better than nothing. I mean, it could have been a whole lot worse, with
we finally got some good green flag stops and was able to do something there.
Yeah.
make something happen and get up into that area to do something. And yeah, we'll take a second. That's for sure.
Yeah, definitely so. Well, I'm going to go ahead and kind of, I know he races over here too, but y'all have got to put a stop to Adam Kilday on Saturday nights. Y'all got to do something.
Oh man, we'll do something. I'm waiting for the bounty amount.
Wait for the
I'm waiting to
bounty.
see the bounty amount.
No, okay, all right.
I remember the days you guys bountied me when I was doing that. So
Well, that bounty for him is getting bigger and bigger. We just haven't put any type of price on it yet. So,
speaking of Adam, how about that? 3 laps down to finish in the top 10. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, he finished.
Big shout out to Vince
in
too
eighth.
for winning. The high lane was definitely dominant.
Yeah.
It was the preferred lane in most situations.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of drivers, including yourself, up there in that top lane out here tonight, and I seen that top lane was the lane to be in, but you really didn't want to get caught up there, coming to green flag pit stops, because you got to get to that bottom. So, everybody, was able to make it safely down pit road for the most part. Coming off of pit road was a little bit of a different story, but we won't talk about it. What we are going to talk about, though, is the next race coming up, buddy. Daytona, going from Atlanta to Daytona. How are you feeling about Daytona?
I love me some Daytona, not as much as I love me some Atlanta. But no, it's is it new or old?
This is going to be, it looks like, the new Daytona.
Oh, it's gonna be fun then.
Yeah.
We'll probably get some green flag pit stops and runs there next week, and it'll be a fun one.
Yeah, I don't see.
I don't have nothing bad to say about any of the
Yep.
tracks anymore. Like I like them all equally, but I like Atlanta a little bit more.
All right. Well, I guess we'll find out. Awesome job on the P2. Awesome job on the P2 out here tonight, Anthony. I know you wanted one spot better, but hey, good points tonight for you all around, man. Final thought, shout out, thanks you want to get before you go celebrate.
Yeah, big shout out to you and MaxspeedTV. Everything you do, everything you guys are a part of, help out with, and broadcast. Love it. Big shout out. Big shout out to Vince for winning, all the teamies for doing, what we could tonight. Steve Brand, Sanchez, Ban, Schroeder, and all them. James Mayer. He finished 16th. He should have been up there too, but I don't know what happened. I'll have to go back and.
There was a big
See what
wreck.
happened.
I can tell you there was a big wreck.
But big shout out to all the boys, and then everybody watching at home, dad, beautiful girlfriend, mom, everybody else, all the drivers. Who's sponsored tonight?
Todd Poston.
And Todd Poston. So
Yeah.
big shout out to Todd Poston.
Yep, Todd sponsored tonight, even though he wasn't here. He's still sponsored, so big shout out to Todd. Of course, big shout out to you for finishing second here tonight, buddy. Go celebrate your P2 out here tonight. We'll see you tomorrow night for the finale of the Spring Fling. I'll get with you on the premiere sometime within the next week. Get all that finalized and everything. So, looking forward to it, buddy. Go celebrate here tonight.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Yep. All righty. Well, that is going to bring us here to our winner here tonight. Vicente pulling it out here tonight, buddy. You started on pole, and well, that is where you finished, is up front. Of course, you had to battle yourself out here tonight through some adversities, but man, that vent service and repair truck, man, you were fast. And you showed it out here tonight. Awesome job, buddy. Kind of talk about it, the ups and downs, the struggles, the cautions that kind of endured, during the green flag stops, because we had some incidents coming off of pit road that kind of set the stage, for those. But, kind of talk about it. Your runs out here tonight, tire strategy, running that top line. Well, the drill, buddy. Talk about it. We got to hear from you. Awesome job.
Yeah, man. I mean, to be honest, I think it all started pre-race. I was chit-chatting with my parents and my dad. He hasn't seen me race for a little bit on a broadcast, so I gave him the link, and he told me just to be aggressive tonight. And as soon as he was telling me that, the phone died. So So I had to make sure I put on a pretty good performance for him to keep him watching and motivated. So yeah, so that it started pre-race. So but overall, I got the pole tonight, which I was kind of surprised I got the pole. So I'll take it. And then usually when I start pole, I don't usually finish first. So that's a first for me, I think. So basically, I just wanted to stay up front, stay out of troubles, keep the truck clean, and work with who I can. And I pitted because I was leading, so I burnt more fuel. So when I
Hmm.
pitted, I pitted and I got lucky enough where I got the lucky dog. But then there was the restart there when the caution came out. There was a checkup and stuff, so I got tangled up there and lost the draft, and I was almost about to get lapped. But I had double pitted, so I had a little bit more fuel than the leader. So when the second caution came out, I was kind of surprised where I came out at a pit road where it just told me to line up on the outside lane second. I'm like, wow, okay, I'll take that. So so yeah, I just try to just manage being up front at the towards the towards that middle where I got lucky, and that's where it was. I mean, we had some cautions, and we pitted when I needed to fill up and top off. I didn't really take any tires there, so I didn't think it was necessary. So, and I definitely didn't want to get back there in the traffic. So get fresh, clean air in front of this truck. I mean, the truck felt great tonight. Um, yeah, so just being up front. I know there were some teammates there, so it was kind of hard battling. I don't know what happened to I think there was some net code with Jim there and Anthony. So unfortunate, he was giving me some good pushes there. But luckily, C Brands was there to pick me up out of four and gave me a good shot to the line and door to door with English. So that was a good finish. So it was really fun racing with the boys tonight.
Yeah, it was great racing overall. Now, one more question before we let you, we get to the next race and everything. I'm going to talk about two things. One, the top line. It looked like that top line was the way to go. And two, was there a lot of aero issues down there when you were behind or in front of a truck or whatever? Was you feeling anything that you was not liking?
Yeah, definitely. I was not liking the pushing or the arrow as far as, get my rear end light on entry on the corners. You had to kind of counter it and hold on to it, kind of like glitch the wheel or move the wheel a little bit just to catch it and then just make sure, I didn't really lift. So I didn't want to cause a big old check up in the back. So basically I had my foot in it and counter that lightness and went through the corner. But yeah, it was a handful definitely going into the corners.
Yeah, we could definitely see some drivers out there here tonight that were having some problems. I don't know, some people don't have issues and others do, and I know I know the way you drive. I've seen the way you drive. And when you're having problems, there's going to be a lot of the veteran drivers that are probably going to have the same problem. So, not saying all of them, but probably most of them. So, look like, that's the case. Well, going from Atlanta to Daytona, that's where we're going to go to next. I believe it's showing the new Daytona. I don't know. Could be the old, could be the new. Kind of talk about both. You got Bumpy Daytona, which is the old one, and then the new Daytona. So kind of talk about them both. Which one do you like? Which one do you don't like? Where you more comfortable at? And, what do you got going into that race?
I mean, both tracks, the regular Daytona, it's a lot easier to drive. So, um, I mean, it kind of evens up the field, so everybody has a shot at it. Bumpy, you gotta drive the track, and like track position, is probably more critical on the bumpy Daytona. Um, I kind of take that from experience from last night. I thought there was going to be some late cautions, and there was, but not enough. And trying to work through traffic in a bumpy Daytona, it's kind of tough with the trucks. So I say, like I'd rather race a regular Daytona where you could probably rip the top lane. But with the trucks in this package, what iRacing done, the top lane is probably going to be dominant, if not the middle. Definitely. So it's going to be hard to work through traffic. You're going to need some teammates here in
Yeah.
Atlanta tonight. You didn't really need teammates because, you just got to work through traffic and get lucky and manage, the lanes. But yeah, definitely you're going to probably need some help. Definitely at I would say regular '08 Daytona '08. You probably, if you're running solo, you could probably manage, but you got to be smart about it.
Yeah, definitely so. Gonna have to work at it either way you go, whether it be new or old. So, we'll see what happens there. Awesome job out here tonight on the win, buddy. Round number 2. I thought it was round 3, but I forgot last week was Memorial Weekend, so that race will actually be made up. So technically tonight was round 2. So, awesome job, round number 2 here tonight on the win, buddy. I know you got some final thoughts, shout-outs, things you want to give before you go celebrate your victory out here tonight. So I'll turn the mic back over to you, Vince.
Thank you, 100%, man. I want to appreciate you and give you thanks for broadcasting tonight. Want to thank Checker Flag Motorsports for letting me race in their league. Huge shout out to my folks out there in Arizona. I love you guys. Mom and Dad, give them something to watch. I also want to thank the guys I was racing with tonight. It was Adam and Jimmy, and also I wanted to say my condolences to Dwayne. My thoughts and prayers are with you, buddy. Hopefully your mama's watching too, and hopefully she enjoys the race. Love you guys.
All righty, Vicente, go celebrate out here tonight, buddy. We will see you, if not tomorrow night or Thursday night, or we'll see you when we see you, buddy. I know we'll see you definitely for sure next Sunday, hopefully. So, we'll see you next time, Vince. Awesome job.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, buddy.
Take it easy.
Yep. All right, well, that was Vicente Guerrero here tonight. I don't know. These leagues and these drivers, man, they blend in together. I don't know from each week when, who and where and what. So, we'll see these drivers. We'll see some of them tomorrow night for sure. But we're going to get down here to the unofficial results, pending any, of course, admin stuff they have to do here tonight. But Vicente grabbing the win out here tonight. Awesome win by Vicente, our pole sitter here tonight. Awesome job, buddy. Anthony English surviving in a P2, as well as Rick Seabrands in third. Rick Sanchez, awesome job, buddy, there in fourth. And rounding out the top five is going to be Mark Mann. Jerry Bergeron in sixth. Good finish, solid finish by him. Paul Servant in 7th, Adam Kilday in 8th, Brandon Combs 9th, and Russ Hancock in 10th. Chris Breidenbaker in 11th, and I see Chris actually out there in chat here tonight, and he was saying it was a rough race, and well, hey, finishing 11th, buddy. Awesome job out there here tonight. Good points not for you, even though it was, a rough race, you say. Still an awesome finish for you there, man. Dave Hunt, they're in 12th. Bubba Winningham, 13th. Lynn McNeese, 14th. Donald Stewart, a.k.a. Tony Stewart, as Belva likes to call him, there in 15th. James Mayer in 16th. James was up there, and then a big wreck happened, netcode or something, but and that sent him back. David Overstreet in 17th. Les Levy at 18th here tonight. Dana Osborne 19th. And Nick Wing 20th. Andrew Schroeder 21st. Sean Stevens 22nd. Joshua Westendorf 23rd. Tyler Hall 24th. Chas Spencer 25th. Ash Regner 26th. Brian Ashbaugh 27th. Everett Scott Norris 28th. Alex Green 29th. Alex Giffen in 30th. Jimmy Reynolds will round it out here in 31st. But again, our winner here tonight is going to be Vicente Guerrero. Now tomorrow night, right here on MaxspeedTV at 8:45 Eastern, 7:45 Central, the OP Racing Spring Fling Championship finale. We're going to crown a champion tomorrow night. You don't want to miss it right here, same time, same place. We hope to see you there. But until next time, stay safe. Thank you all, folks, and have a good night.